Hi, I'm the strategist, and my name is Victor Onyekere. So I was talking to a friend on Twitter. That was yesterday, right? Yesterday was Saturday. Today is Sunday. I don't know when you're listening, when you're going to be listening to this or going to be watching this, right? Today is the 28th of May, 2023. So I was talking to Fumi, and we were just having some conversations around, relationship, marriage and things like that. And I recall telling her that it's interesting how our parents, right? And I like you guys to think about this. It's interesting how our parents have pretty much celebrating 15 years of marriage, 20 years of marriage, 25 years of marriage, 30 years of marriage, right? And it feels like our generation is struggling. We do 5 years and we demand a trophy because it's incredibly hard to, to even go to 3 years. All right. And what is really the problem? I mean, have we sat to just think about it and say, what's the problem here? Why are we not celebrating, these long years? And it looks like it's even going to get worse. I mean, I'm a millennial, right? And we've got the Gen Zs, and there's another generation after the Gen Zs, which they call the Gen Alphas. I don't know how true that is, but it just gets incredibly scary. And from studying patterns and behavior, right, I've looked at a couple of things, and it's when people, right, when you begin to achieve things, and this is, there's a price to pay. I mean, depending on where you find yourself in life. Let's say, you're achieving things, you're intelligent, you're a high-flying person, you've done well for yourself. The truth is, it becomes incredibly hard to make that decision, right? Because at a deeper level, people just confuse intelligence with wisdom. All right, there's a certain level of wisdom that you require to choose who to marry, and that wisdom, to be very honest, right, actually comes from God. To be very honest, I'm not trying to sound religious here, but it's just the truth. When you think about it, I see a lot of Christians, and let me talk to Christians, trying to have celebrity marriages where, I'm doing big stuff for myself, and then the person I'm going to get married is doing big stuff for themselves. Just take a moment and just think about this. When you look at the concept of celebrity marriages, and it may not even necessarily be, he's an actor, she's an actress. It might not, let's not even go deep into that, right? It might just be that, he's a high flyer, she's a high flyer. You just think how many of those marriages pretty much that were, formed with that, on that platform, actually saw through the first 5 years, right? Now, when you even dig deeper into like actual celebrity marriages, actor, actress, entertainer, musician kind of stuff, how many of those marriages scale through the first 5 years? You can count up to, a handful, right? And that tells you something, that you see this, God has been taking me through some certain journey, right? And I think it's very helpful lessons that I'm learning, even right now that I'm unmarried, and I'm so grateful for it, because, marriage is not a startup. And I have to use that because I play in that space. It's not a business. Of course, there are some similarities between marriage and business, but I think we've made it too transactional, and we bring that mindset into our relationships. We are just transactional people, and we don't understand that marriage is an institution designed by God, is a concept. Let me talk to what we can relate to for people in the business or the startup ecosystem. Whoever designs a product has the the use case or how the product is supposed to work, the functionality and the working dynamics of it, right? You do like a product knowledge session to run people through how this product works, how to use it, and how to get the best, or to maximize the best opportunity that product has to offer. So marriage is a product designed by God. But guess what? We're not going back to God to ask him about this product. And so we've likened marriage to a business transaction, founder, two co-founders coming together and things like that. And because we have this exit point in our head somewhere, we just believe that at least, there's a vesting clause somewhere. I'm going to vest this in for 5 years, 3 years. If it doesn't work, I'm out. If I see anything, I'm unavailable. They know they see me. But it's just fascinating how we don't know that it's a very mysterious institution. It is mysterious, but it's yet simple. It's simple, it's easy. And because we don't go back to the designer of this institution, then we are struggling. Just think about it. You just see a lot of people struggling to navigate relationships because oftentimes we have like very unrealistic expectations. In fact, putting it very succinctly here, we don't know the kind of person we should marry. And then we have this certain list made up in our head. Am I saying approach marriage with an empty head? Not really, but you must understand that the way you were designed, right, the way you were calibrated and built, there's a certain kind of person that you go on this lifetime journey with. And we don't understand that kind of person. And then we just get lost in this list and intellectual expectations. I think that's the right word. Intellectual expectations. And we need to go past this and understand that first we go back to God and ask him, what kind of woman, what kind of man, right, do I need to be with to be able to fulfill? And guess what? That man or that woman may not. In fact, most of the time, they don't come fully formed. They don't. So we have this expectation of a fully developed person, and we really don't want to build. All right. And because we are not foresighted, right, in our visioning, so we're not able to even see the future of this person, and we're making decisions off of the present of this person, what we're looking at, right, not understanding that this thing is a journey, right? At a certain point in this journey, this person that you once thought that this is all there is to them can blow up, right? They can take that massive, right, that massive quantum leaps into where you couldn't have imagined that this person would be this. There's a lot that can happen in marriage when you are with the right kind of person. Now, I'm very, very, careful with that word, because there is not one right kind of person. There are thousands of the right kind of person, but you need to understand the right kind of person. And that's why we're putting square pegs in round holes, square pegs in round holes, right? And we're pouring new wines into old wine bottles. Guess what is going to burst? All right. I'm not a marriage coach. I'm not a relationship coach, but I see that it's a struggle. All right. I've been tweeting a lot about this because it's a huge struggle. People have figured out their life in so many other areas: career, business, finance, but we seem to have a hard time figuring out and navigating relationships, and it's a problem. And all our life, right, is centered around relationships. Where you are, in terms of what you've achieved, is a product of the right relationships. And if we don't get it in this institution, right, it's going to be a huge problem. It's going to be a huge problem. Huge problem. Divorce is not something that you want to go through. It's stressful, right? It's exasperating. It's so exhausting. It's going to affect you on many levels. All right. And I mean, have I given like something that sounds like a solution? I don't know, but maybe you can watch this over and over again, right? I'm even going to watch it myself because I'm also on that journey of navigating the right kind of person, right? But what I believe is that we need to look away from this unrealistic list that we've put out and really begin to seek wisdom. It's really about wisdom and not intellect. You don't choose this person by intelligence. You choose this person by wisdom. And this wisdom comes from the person who designed the institution. I hope that helped you. If you think you found this useful, please share it to your network and join the tribe by subscribing. I'll talk to you soon. Love, hugs, and chapati. Bye-bye.